Basiafia of Sensiil Studios is here to share their goal of bringing representation to science fiction. Thank you so much for joining us and bringing a couple of your comics here with us today.
Thank you for having me, yeah.
Well, tell us about your company and why you started this.
Yeah, so Sensiil Studios, being the first Black comic book production company in Iowa, we just have a mission of bringing representation and diversity into science fiction, comic books, animation, things of that nature. Mediums that, you know, the demographic loves to consume, but we don't get a whole lot of representation in those things. And so that's basically the goal of it.
Well, and I love that you're even raising awareness for this, because it's something, I mean, I'm not a huge comic book fan, but like I know my daughter is, and I look at hers, and you're right, that's something a lot of people don't realize, that representation is missing there.
Yeah, no, it's something that I learned as I was like starting the company and like really just learning the numbers of the disparity there. So, and then also just in my own experience of watching anime and reading comics and stuff like that, and kind of noticing myself as well. But yeah, so that's what we do. We started last year and in February, so at the beginning of Black History Month, which I didn't plan that, but it worked out.
It did.
And so yeah, so we just been making the rounds to different events and stuff, just to get the word out. So.
Well, and tell us about these books that you have here, these comics. Yeah. Are these written by you? You're the chief writer.
Yep, so I'm the chief writer and the owner. I have a team of artists that work for me. One of the teams is in India, the other one is in the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
And I have another friend in Washington, D.C. as well, who I work with. And so these are the two main titles, or the two hard copy titles that we have right now. The main one being my flagship title, Aru and Duat, and that is a Afrofuturistic space odyssey that follows a warrior princess from Earth as she is settling a colony on a distant planet. And there's some crazy stuff that happens in the process.
Oh, yeah, no spoilers. Yeah. You know, you also talk about the animation industry too. Is this something that you want to bring more writers on board, more illustrators, more animators?
Yep, absolutely. So one of the goals of Sensiil Studios as well is to bring other authors and creatives into the company and help them publish things and get those minority voices out as well that way. And in animation specifically, I'm speaking with Lionforge Animation to actually make either a series or a movie out of one of my titles. And then also I have a partnership with NASCAR driver Colin Garrett, who does a slew of other things as well, not just driving, but so I'm working with him and his team for another title that should be coming out hopefully at the end of this year. So.
Okay, well, you mentioned events. Where can we see you coming up this summer?
Yeah, yep. So the next event I'll be going to actually is OCon. So it's in Council Bluffs, Omaha. It's a Comic-Con.
Really?
Up there, yep.
Oh, interesting. Yep. I didn't know about that.
Yep. So yeah, it was. Once you sit down and start looking at all the different Comic-Cons and stuff, there's a lot. I didn't realize that that there was this many until I got in the business. But I've always wanted to go to Comic-Con. I was at Des Moines Con recently, and so OCon will be my next one. And then I'll also be in Minnesota for Twin Cities Con in November. So. Yeah, so just doing those things. There's also Animate Des Moines, which I believe is in September. So yeah, just making the rounds at those different things.
Well, thank you so much for being here to share this with us, because this is fascinating and really showing us a whole new, all the Comic-Cons too that are going on around.
Yeah.
Well, good luck this summer, and thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.